welcome to Chismecito Time. We have a very special guest today. Okay, his name is Roger Argenis.
Roger Argenis. Thank you for having me.
Yay! All right. Okay, so Roger's a producer, artist, business owner, Grammy Award winner. Anything else we left out?
I think that's it for now.
Okay,
I think that.
So yes, you guys heard right. Grammy
Award winner.
Yes. We're
Yay.
so proud of you. Great job.
Thank you.
All
I
right,
appreciate
guys.
it.
The reason we're so proud of Roger is because we've known him for such a long time. How long?
25 years?
Over 20 years for sure.
And that was 25 years. I was about 3 years old. We were like,
yeah, we were all
older,
little.
but I was
toddlers.
3. No, but yeah, it's been a long time. Like,
No, so we all met. Where did we meet? At church. We met at church.
At church. At do you want to say the name or not really?
Yeah, we can say it.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah, I mean we met at Puerta del Cielo.
Puerta del Cielo. It's the church we all grew up in.
Yeah, it was. You know what? Puerta del Cielo was like before Vino, right? Or I think Vino was around, right? But Puerta del Cielo was kind of like, it was just like really
one of
like
the first ones.
one of the first ones that was like popular to be at. Like almost everybody went to Puerta del Cielo at some point.
Yes.
Everybody passed through there.
So it was like
100%.
abundant. So some people may not know like Neo Nuevo.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. It was like abundant, but in Spanish.
Yes.
Well,
Like the Mexican version.
I have to disagree a little bit, guys, though, because
Okay.
I feel like we all knew each other at Puerta.
Mhm.
Like everybody knew each other, and sometimes I've gone to Abundant and there's too many people.
Oh, true.
Yes,
Okay.
and us, I think when I grew up in that church, I remember going like all the time. Like I would go to the morning service.
Yeah.
I would also go to the afternoon service. Wednesday, so we
Sunday,
all knew
Wednesday,
each
Friday.
other.
Well, that's probably why. Like, I think that if we went to Abundant as much,
Right.
we'd probably be super
No more
connected
Yes,
with.
because
Yeah.
they have their groups of
They have
people
their
that
groups,
are very
yeah.
That's
close.
true. Maybe I just haven't gone to all their.
Yeah, well, cause back then we used to like I used to go for everything. Like there was, and we were like in the youth, so we'd go with the youth, we'd go with the regular service, and
The
We were there all
place.
week.
We were all
Yeah.
like trying out for the place.
Yeah.
We were
That
like
was a place to be.
Yes.
We were there
yeah,
almost
prayer,
every day.
youth prayer.
It was just like it was cool to be there, huh?
Yeah.
Cause it was like a social club too,
Yes, it
like
was.
like a religious social club. So
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun.
that was
You
cool.
know what? Something that's really awesome about it is the fact that all these friendships. I mean, we have lifetime long friendships,
yeah, we do.
and they all kind of come from church.
That's crazy. Like my best friends, cause I don't have like a whole lot of friends, but like
Uh-huh.
my real friends and
Uh-huh.
close friends, they come from church. Like
Yeah.
it's like Eddie, Pepe,
Yeah.
like these guys, you know, like it's just
Yes.
like, yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing I remember about you the most is that you would play with the youth, no?
Yeah, I would play with the youth, just wherever they would allow me. I would
Uh-huh.
just play. Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember you always being in the. Well, I would go to practices because I would sing too, and you
Yeah,
were
I
always like in the
remember
practices.
Yeah. No, yeah. I've been. That's kind of where it started for me, like at church,
Yeah.
playing at church. Like that's kind of like where my little path
What
started.
instrument did you play?
Guitar. Guitar is
Okay.
mainly my
Okay.
my thing, I guess. You know?
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
now. It's funny
Yeah.
you start remembering things.
Yeah, one thing
Yeah.
I remember about Roger, I don't know if he remembers, but because we used to like hang out, but we would hang out at church, so we were like really good kids.
Yeah.
And then we went through that like our
Rebel?
20s. We
I
started.
remember
Hey, you know what? That's crazy.
And we
I
started
have
going
something to
out
say
and
about that.
partying.
I have something to say about that. Go
But
ahead.
I remember always you saying, "I'm gonna be famous one day." He would tell me that. We used to hang out a lot.
Really?
And
I used to say that?
we used to party a lot, and he would always tell me that. And I'm not gonna lie, I always believed in you, but I was like, sometimes I'd be like,
You're
"Ah,
crazy.
he's crazy."
Yeah.
But he would say, "I'm gonna be famous one day."
Really?
So I'll
That's
remember that.
crazy.
One day I'm gonna be famous.
He like manifested
He
it
did.
into existence.
You know what? I've always manifested things, and like just I guess not really. I didn't back then. There was no like you
Nobody's called it
nobody talked about it.
manifestation.
There was no name to this stuff. There was no name to manifesting. There was no name to anxiety and like all that.
Right.
But yeah, I guess I've always kind of like manifested things, but I don't remember that. I don't remember. It sounds kind of crazy like saying that, you know, like. But I guess I always just wanted to do something for sure. I wanted to do something in music. I wanted to, like, I don't know, just become someone. Like,
Right.
you know, I knew that.
And look at 20 years later.
Ooh.
But
20 years later.
Yay.
Yeah.
he won a Grammy.
Well,
Yeah.
we're
So-
like super proud of you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. It means a lot because like you guys know the journey. Like you guys know like how long it's taken. You know,
Yeah.
it's just and everything in between. And I think we've kind of like I know like we've seen each other in like different stages in life. So
And we've always kind of stayed in touch, like through social media or Instagram or Facebook. Like we've always kind of like seen each other's lives from like afar, I guess.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like
We've always
always
kept in touch.
known like what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
I know it sounds cliche, but work hard, don't give up on your dreams.
Yeah.
Because here's a perfect example.
I think that's like the like people always talk about like this and that. I
Yeah.
think the secret sauce, because there is no secret sauce, but if there is gonna be like something close to it, it's just like literally whoever stays in the game the longest will win no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not, you know, I've discovered like at least in this industry, because in the music industry you have to like, people think it's about the talent. People will say like, hey, there's this person that you should work with because they're very talented, and it's just like there's a lot of talented people, but there's very few that have the consistency to stick to it.
Like they give up after 2 years. Like, okay,
2 years,
okay,
3
didn't
years.
work out, bye.
And
Stick to what you love.
Yeah,
Just
and-
kind of stick through it.
Exactly, because like for the most part, you know, right now with social media, we have the instant gratification. Everybody wants everything now. Oh, it didn't work in 6 months. What? I'm not a millionaire in 6 months. What? I'm doing something wrong. I'm falling behind because everybody's competing with each other.
Right,
And it's just like, no, dude. Like things take at least 10 years,
right.
like to actually show any significant growth, or you know, it's like, dude, at least like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? And so, I think that you have to go into things looking at it as a marathon. Like you can't think of it as like a sprint, like right here, right now. No, you got. I think when you approach things with that mentality, that it is it's gonna be a while. I think you enjoy the journey more,
Right.
because it's like you're not really rushing. You're not trying to compete with anybody. You're not like you don't feel down on yourself because this person's here and you're not. You're just like, dude, right now it's just, this is the season that I get to work,
Right.
and this is what I need to this is where I get to be right now. And it's gonna take a while, and that's okay, because I'm gonna stick to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once you stick to it, you're gonna get to. I always tell people, like, if you're walking down a road in a desert,
Yeah.
and if you just keep walking, you're gonna get somewhere
somewhere.
eventually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know, some people just decide to like, they just sit down there, just I'm done.
Yeah.
And the worst part, or the worst one, I think, is the people that like go very far and then just give up and then walk back.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, like you already walked. So for me, like honestly, at some point it was just too. I had walked down that road too long.
You were too invested.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way. Like I can't quit now. Like I'm already older. I didn't go to school. Like I don't have a degree, like a college degree or anything. I'm way too invested in this. I have to make something work, you know.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of stuck to it, and I started enjoying it more,
Yeah.
like more of the process. And I would enjoy so at some point I lived in my car. Like I've been through like I've been down bad, you know. I've been down bad. So, but during these times, I always saw it like a movie. You know, I always saw like in that episode where I get to live in a car. That was crazy, huh? Like that was, you know, in my head. But I never accepted it as my reality. I never accepted it like, oh yeah, like I get to be broke. This is my life, and
Like
I get
you
to.
knew there was more for you.
I knew there was something, yeah, because I always saw my life like a movie, and I always expected the Disney ending, you know,
Yeah.
oh, and then life turns around and oh, things work out, you know. What I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I guess I just always believed that. So not until things started happening, I was like, okay, yeah, this is what I'm talking about, you know.
That's
And so yeah, so that's how it is right now.
Yeah.
You know?
And let's backtrack a little bit, but I have a question. Is this a true story? Like you actually lived in your car?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like I've done all kinds of like odd jobs. Like before I started, like so Soundstage, I started in, like I got the keys to Soundstage 9 on Thanksgiving 2014. We opened in January 2015, but prior to that, dude, like I was like down pretty bad. You know, like I had like when I lived in Dallas, like at some point, like you know, I showed up to an apartment like we didn't have electricity and it was like winter and like I had to choose whether like if I was gonna buy like a hot dog or like if I was gonna put gas, you know, stuff like that. So like it wasn't like it didn't take like how can I say it? Like it wasn't like a big change and then like things started happening. Now it's like I was like it was a process, like you know, even before opening Soundstage, like I wasn't really doing like what I wanted to do and I was like struggling and stuff. So it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I lived in a car. I lived in my car. It was a blue Ford. like all crashed and stuff. Like,
It was your journey.
It was a journey,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but at that time,
Yeah.
that's what I got to kind of like live and experience, and that was cool.
But sometimes it makes you more grateful for what you have now.
Absolutely.
I'm super grateful for like just
Yeah.
anything, just even just like sometimes I wake up at night, I'm just like, oh, thank you guys, like I got to wake up this morning, like at least right now I'm still here, you know. So sometimes I think I intentionally try to be grateful just because like life is hard sometimes too. Like no matter what, I do want to clarify that life isn't all pretty and beautiful now.
Rainbows and butterflies.
No, it's not all rainbows and like
Yeah.
I still deal with a lot of stuff. I still go through a bunch of ups and downs. There's always like a roller coaster, especially if you're a business owner. You understand, like you're always, it's like an everyday. You're going to war every day. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you're out there just trying to make things happen for you and the people around you. And so like there's a lot of things that get complicated. They go wrong, and you gotta fix it, and you gotta deal with all that stuff. So it's like
It's
nothing's perfect.
a different type of struggle, but
A different
now,
type of struggle. Yeah.
But you know, right now he said like 10 years. That like I've been injecting for 10 and a half years. Like it just resonated when you said like 10 years that I stuck through it, and like I don't
And
know.
look
it's
at where you are
amazing.
now.
Because like look, you have look at
Yeah.
this, like this is a beautiful spot. Like you've made a name for yourself,
Yeah.
and also I want to say like because I don't really want to like make it about me. Like also like
Yeah.
you guys have done like some amazing things. You guys are
Right.
super successful, and like I'm really proud of you guys.
Thank you.
And like, but yeah, you guys know that it takes a while.
It did. It
takes a
took
while.
me like 10 and a half years that I've been injecting, and I know people that want to like open an office like
Now.
they're injecting in 6 months and they want to open their own office.
Yeah.
So I understand like sometimes it's things you have to go through and you have to learn and the experience and everything to
Mhm.
get through to where you want to go.
Yeah, because like then if you don't go through that, like you don't have the
Appreciation,
not
maybe.
the appreciation, and also you don't have the capacity to deal with things.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like think about it.
That's
Like every even like for example like in love, every heartbreak is not as harsh as the first one.
Right.
You get me? Because like you kind of get
experience.
you get experience. You kind of like understand like, oh, this is what it feels like,
Yes.
and this is what I'm gonna go through. And maybe this time I don't want to go through that, or maybe this time I don't want to feel that way. So I'm gonna be a little bit more like I'm gonna protect myself a little more, and and it's just like that. Like you have to go through certain things, especially like in business or in anything really,
Mhm.
because like if you don't have that, there's no foundation.
Right.
So you're gonna get knocked out and done real quick. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's good. I think it's important to build that, to develop that, like, and little by little just kind of have like a, how can I say it? Like just have more endurance, have more knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I think it's necessary. If you don't have that, you're gonna get wiped out. First storm,
Right.
wiped out for sure.
Mhm.
You know, so don't believe what Instagram or TikTok tells you. You gotta work, and it takes work, and you gotta lay down the foundation, and
Right.
and sometimes things will pop off, but that's the thing. It'll pop off, but just like that,
You
boom.
can come back down.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, not to change the subject,
Yes.
but okay, I have a few questions. Okay, so I do want to know, like, how do they tell you that you're nominated for a Grammy?
Yeah.
Like, how do you, do you get a letter, email? Do they call you? Like, how do they tell you you're nominated?
All of the
Grammy
above,
Award.
all of the above, but the main thing, like
Uh-huh.
where everything
Yeah.
happens, is they do like a live stream. So the Recording Academy will do a live stream, like so they prepare it. They have like this whole like show.
Mhm.
So they'll hire like, for example, they'll get like a lot of these artists like to introduce certain like categories.
Yeah.
So basically it's like a whole morning. Like let's say nominations are gonna be announced Thursday, November 20th or whatever. And that morning, like they have like the different time zones, boom, boom, boom. And so that Thursday morning, everybody's up, like the people who care, and then there's people that forget or whatever. But it goes live, so it's like a live stream, and they'll announce it live. So if you go to YouTube and like look it up, you'll see like the nominations and all that. Yeah. So and sometimes like if you are not watching,
Uh-huh.
your
They'll
phone
call you.
your phone will
Yeah.
tell you,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
all your
yeah.
friends. Oh,
You
congratulations!
just got
Yeah,
nominated.
yeah.
Okay.
But then eventually you get then you get the email, then you get the letter, then you get a certificate. So then everything else follows. But the official is on live stream.
So even if you don't win, you get a
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like when you're nominated, you get a certificate of like where you did, you participated, your role in the album or in the song or whatever, and then you get they mail you that, and you get to frame it, and it's really pretty. It's like something to hang in the office.
And then they tell you what you won the award for. I mean, nominated.
Yeah, because like so most of the time like there's different categories that you submit to. So like most of the time it'll be like a record, which is record now. So before, this is something that changed. Before, when people would say record, it meant like a whole album.
Right.
Now record means a song.
One song.
Yeah, it's weird.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, so you could do a record or you can do a full album. And yeah, so like you're gonna know exactly what you're nominated for.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you just got nominated, what was your first thought though?
Oh man, it was
the
crazy.
first time you
Yeah.
got nominated, do you remember? how you
Yeah.
found
Because
out?
he's been nominated a few times, right?
Yeah, this is the fourth, but with the win. So I guess essentially 4 times, but the fourth was the win.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you
Yeah.
remember
You say
the very
3.
first time? Yeah, I kept saying like third time nominated.
No,
Yeah.
no, but you're always like third time's a charm, but his was
4
fourth times
times.
a
Yeah, 4
charm.
times.
That's right.
She always says
Yeah.
third
That's
time's
right.
a charm.
Yeah.
His was the fourth.
Mine
So
was
don't
the
give up
fourth.
with the third one, guys.
No, or fourth or
So
fifth.
don't give up with your third boyfriend.
That's what we were talking about.
Last episode.
Yes.
Okay, but hold on. Just okay, so were they each nomination, was it different? Did it feel different every time? Which
Yeah.
one was your like most emotional?
The
one?
most emotional, I would say
The first one.
the first one, yes, but like the first one was like there was the pandemic, so we didn't get to go. So you didn't really get to have the
It almost
full
didn't feel
experience.
real. Like
Yeah.
it almost didn't feel
It didn't feel like it
Oh.
because you didn't have the same experience. Like the when the red carpet and all of that was virtual, so we didn't get the actual
Life was
experience.
different during the pandemic.
It was very
For a
different.
lot of people, you
It
know,
changed
graduations, remember birthday parties ever that year, all the seniors and graduates from that
Yeah,
year,
that
they
was
didn't get to
some people
watch
in the
or-
hospital by themselves, delivering babies by them. Like
Right.
it
It
was
was
just
crazy.
such a crazy time.
And I think you know what? As a matter of fact, the Grammy, because it was a Latin Grammy. So the Latin Grammy day, I had COVID that night when it was happening. I had COVID. I remember I was like all sick and
Wow.
So even
Yeah,
if
it
you
was
would have
whack.
like it would have been live, you would have.
I wouldn't have been able to. No, I would have been sick.
Oh,
Yeah. So
okay.
yeah.
Alright.
Life-changing event.
Yes. Wow.
And as a matter of fact, I know like Zoe is a friend of you guys, right? Lorenzo.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I got sick because we went on a trip to California, and I got sick because of that trip. Yeah.
Because of him.
Oh, like
So it wasn't Zoe got me sick. It was his friend that became my friend too. But he's a really good friend of his. He was coughing a lot,
Oh.
and I got nervous, and I was like, but I didn't want
And
to
did
be like.
Lorenzo get sick or no?
But Lorenzo, like a lot of the times, like, so Lorenzo would get sick a lot, but he never. He always just kept moving, like he just kept going.
That's the way I'm too. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm fine.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing.
So I really didn't know when he was really sick or not because he was just always.
That was Ivan all COVID. I don't think she got COVID.
yeah,
at
I was
all.
like I'm fine. I don't have it.
She was never
I'm in
sick.
denial all the time about getting sick. I
Which is
feel
good.
Like it one day I'm like I'm fine.
But that's good though because
Yeah.
like that keeps you going because
Yeah.
a lot of it is like in the brain, like
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Like if you're like I'm sick and then you let like
You-
you get more sick.
You get more sick, you feel more symptoms or whatever. But yeah, I was sick, but that's how I got sick. We were out in
Aw.
Cali.
Okay.
All
Did you have
random.
another question before
No,
we move
I was
on?
just curious of the first time how he found out.
I felt like it was, but that's what made it so kind of just. It didn't feel like it because I didn't get to like do the red carpet thing or any of that. I didn't get to do anything. I was just at home sick. So
Oh.
the second one was that I think that's the one that was like the one that I really felt like, oh wow, this is crazy because
Like
I
it
got the full
felt real,
experience.
kinda?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that would have been the second one. Yeah.
What's your favorite part of the whole experience?
My favorite part of the whole experience of which one? This last time, like winning, because it's different.
Wait.
It is different.
Walking the carpet or like
Meeting
like
celebrities.
winning, meeting some, yeah.
All the
So-
merchandise that we saw you got.
So usually I just like to hang out. So my favorite part before when it was the nominations, it was I enjoyed like meeting people
Yeah.
and connecting with them. But I think through the years, like you kind of just it's not the same anymore. You're not really trying to meet anybody anymore. It's cool to be
You're
around
almost
them.
part of them now.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's why for me this time was different because like honestly, I had just one, so I didn't really. I was in a different headspace. I wasn't really trying to meet anybody like that, like any of the famous artists. I was just kind of like,
I made it.
I was
You're
just like,
trying to celebrate your win.
Your
Yes.
win.
well, I was really like, honestly, I was trying to like still process stuff
Or
because
soak
my
it
phone,
in.
yeah, because my phone was going crazy, and then like just trying to soak it in, and then also trying to stay like, because it's everything's like on time, like there's a schedule for everything, so I was also trying to get through the red carpet on time to get out of there and all that. So I was just like, was a lot going on in my head, so I didn't really think of like, oh, I'm gonna go meet this person. I really wanted to meet Bruno Mars though. If it would have been Bruno, I would have been like,
That's
oh
funny.
my
That was
God.
my last question.
That's
Like,
so
who
crazy.
was the person that you wanted to meet the
Bruno
most?
Mars.
Yeah.
Like, I still want to meet Bruno Mars. Like,
Okay.
You
whenever.
did get to see him perform. Was it your first time?
With Bruno, yeah, he performed. But you know what? I didn't even go into the show.
Okay.
I stayed. So it was at the what was it? The crypto arena. So it's kind of like when you go to any stadium that they have like the concessions and stuff. So I just kind of hung out at the concessions.
Oh.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, I'm telling you, I was just, everybody else went to see the show and stuff, and I was just at the concessions having some
Soaking it all
chips.
in.
Yeah, having some chips and drinking a little bit and just kind of.
You hadn't won yet at that moment, or you
Yeah, we had already won. I
so
guess.
you were like,
Yeah,
just
I was just
like, oh my God, I won.
I just, you know what? I feel like I really needed to like just kind of just be there. Like,
You're
you
like
know?
Bruno Mars who?
No, yeah, no, like I really like. I do regret that part. I wish I would have seen him because
Yeah.
he performed with Lady Gaga, and so
Yeah.
that would have been sick.
Okay, so let's go back to like when they said that you won.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what did they say?
The-
Did they say your name or the label? Or
Well,
what?
they said the first thing they said is the album name, which is called
Okay.
Brillo Brillo.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So, okay, so I guess let me paint the picture because this is why like we didn't expect to win at all, and it's not having faith in your team and like your project, but we're going against John Legend first.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And then there was a project that it was in collaboration with Alice Cooper, and in that album you had like Slash played on it, like from Guns N' Roses. You had Run DMC, like really big names attached to that album too. And so it was like, man, like the competition was super fierce, and so like there's two celebrations. So the people like, so most people don't know this, but for the Grammys there's two celebrations because there is like so many categories, they can't all be televised. So there's like basically two Grammys on the same day. The first one is not televised, it's just live stream, and that's where you have the categories like ours, like the best children's, like jazz, like the world music, a lot of like country, gospel, a lot of that stuff. So usually the bigger artists like John Legend are part of the big ceremony, the televised ceremony. And so usually they're busy. You know, a lot of times they'll be there in that ceremony. Like you'll have like Mon Laferte will be there. Like you'll have like some pretty big names that are still in there.
Uh-huh.
But since they're gonna be part of the other ceremony, they're usually busy. They have to be doing interviews. They have to be getting ready with wardrobe, whatever. So what happened is that like, you know, in between like categories, they'll you know, they have like the big screens and stuff. So like they'll zoom in on different artists that are in the crowd.
Yeah.
And then they go to John Legend, and I was like, oh, dude. Like I even have the text where I was like, ya valió. I text the group, ya valió.
Aw.
Yeah, I was like,
Do you know who else is nominated?
Yeah.
in
Oh, they're
your
all
category?
announced
So
there.
you already knew like
yeah.
who was in your same.
Yeah, we were going
Okay.
up
So
against.
when they showed him, you're like, oh, like.
I'm like, he's here.
He's here, so
He's
he
here
won.
to
He
get
might- he's
to
probably
get
gonna
his
win.
he's here to pick up his
Oh, that
Grammy.
makes sense. Okay.
I was like, he's here to pick up his Grammy, like
Yes.
for sure.
Yes. That
And
makes
so-
sense. I would think of that too.
Yeah. I was like, they're
Yeah.
preparing the
Yeah.
crowd, they're preparing
Yeah,
it. So
yeah.
they announced, boom, 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 and then there's always like a pause,
Uh-huh.
silence, to build suspense, and then brillo, brillo. I was like, oh my, I still feel the same way right now. I still like, like, oh my
yeah,
god.
Yeah.
And
we
so
got to see the video and it
Oh,
went
yeah.
viral.
it's still going viral. Like
He's
it's
like-
about to hit like a million views. Which thank you for whoever's watching it, sharing it. It's funny because you'll see a bunch like you'll
We'll
see.
tag it on here.
Well, you'll see
We'll
different famous
put it
people
there.
like it, like people like famous people like football players, like
Uh-huh.
people like the other day it was like a guy from like a football player from the Bengals, and like just all kinds of
That's
like different
awesome.
people. So I'm like, I guess like that's cool. Like
Yeah.
To
And
see
so-
who it's reaching.
yeah,
huh?
and it's
Like,
just
all over.
moving and it's just going, and I'm just like, you know, and people start following me from there. So if you came from there, thank you for sticking around.
Aw.
Yeah, so it's still kind of like going viral as of right now.
That's cool.
But yeah, it was with that and that moment, you know. So it was crazy. I'm still tripping on that because I literally don't remember what happened. Like, I don't remember what happened on stage. I couldn't hear. I just remember like just going backstage and just doing the photos because you have to do the official like Grammy photos and stuff. So doing the photos and just kind of hanging out and just kind of being like, damn, because I didn't take my phone. I left my phone there, so I didn't have my phone to like document and stuff. So which kind of sucks. I wish I would have been able to, but whatever.
But I'm sure everybody else around you recorded.
Yeah.
Some people
Yeah.
did. So like they passed like those that like they passed along like some footage. I actually still have I do have footage from like backstage. I haven't posted it yet, but maybe I will one day. I don't know.
Nice.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
We'll post some
Alright.
exclusive content.
I know.
All right, and then was there like a special, like a star that you look up to that congratulated you that you're like, oh.
Yeah. So, for those who may like, if you know me, then you know like I'm a big Metallica fan. Like my whole journey started with like me wanting to be the the guitarist for Metallica, Kirk Hammett, right? So, when we went backstage to do the whole Grammy thing after the win, I ended up like getting lost. And I was trying to find my way back to like just to my friends and stuff, and so I ended up coming out of a tunnel, and they're like, so where we did our ceremony was at the Microsoft Theater or I don't know, oh no, Peacock Theater, which is right across the Crypto. They're like right next to each other, and so like I was supposed to be at the Peacock, and somehow they told me no, dude, you're at the Crypto. I was like, what? So then I realized that there's tunnels, right? Like I've heard about the LA tunnels or whatever.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, well, I heard about the LA tunnels, but I had never like experienced them.
So they're real.
They're real.
You
Yeah.
heard it.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're real.
Okay.
and that's how they move everything. So like, when I make my way back to the Peacock Theater, I run into like the first person that's just standing there by himself is Rob Trujillo, which is a bass player for Metallica. The bass player for Metallica, which is like for me, is like dude, like he's super like legendary or whatever, and he's just standing right there,
Wow.
and I'm like, "Hi, Rob," and they just started talking, and then I'm like, "Dude, I just got lost," like you know, and then I was like, and he had been in there like when we won, so like he saw it, you know, so he congratulated me, and I was just like, dude, like. I was like, I got lost, and he was like, yeah, the tunnels are crazy, and he was like, yeah, one time we played a show with Lady Gaga, and like he was telling me like all these stories, so that was like my favorite part of the night.
Like
That was your
starstruck.
moment.
Yeah, well, it's a full circle moment for me. Like I had just won a Grammy, and I met one of the band members in like from my band.
Favorite
It's my
band?
hero.
Did you get to tell
It's because they're
us?
all my heroes.
No,
Yeah.
he's not.
It was inspiration?
Oh, that he was in his.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really, because it just felt like we were just like hanging out.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to like have like I honestly didn't feel like, oh my god, I didn't feel like I had to be like, oh my god, like I really love your like Metallica, you guys, you know. It was just more like it just felt
Like,
natural.
it was your moment.
It was just like the moment to just hanging out, like just hang out because we were just because music connects you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we just started talking. He started telling me about his son's band and stuff like.
Aw.
So it was more like a homie talk. You know what I mean?
Oh, cool.
So it felt that way, at least for me. So I guess it didn't even cross my mind, but I felt it. You know, I was like, yeah, like yo, it's Rob, and it's really cool because I went to get my team and stuff, like you know, because I took a bunch of like my friends or like team from South Stage 9. We all went together, and so like I went to go get them, and I was like, yo, I want you guys to meet somebody, and so they met Rob, and he was really cool. He was talking to us.
But I think the fact that you knew who he was, that already tells him like.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. And I asked him, I was like, "Where's the rest of the guys?" Like, cause he's always the one who shows up at the Grammys.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Where's everybody at?" And then he's like, "Oh, well, everybody lives like in San Francisco, so like I'm the only one here, so I come." Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Like you know, like I don't know. It just felt like I hope that's. Someday I'll chill with Metallica. Like I know that for sure. Someday.
Manifesting.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
Yes, like so one day maybe like you guys will see it, but I know one day like it'll happen. I can feel it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, well,
Yeah.
we're so proud of you for
Thank
real.
you.
Like
I
I said,
appreciate
we've been
it.
friends for so long, and it was like, wow.
No, thank you.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we were proud already. Just being, I
Yeah.
think,
We've always
a
been proud.
nominee
Yeah.
itself is just,
Yeah.
you know, amazing. Such an honor, like to be a nominee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
No, I
just to be
appreciate
a
it.
winner now, like 3-time nominated.
It's
I
like
thought
3
you
times.
said 5. I already lost count.
No, no. It's just like this would have been the 4th, or this is the 4th.
Nice.
But yeah, I guess like I don't know, like it's just crazy still.
And are you going for more?
I just want to make music. Like I love making music. I love producing. Like it's my favorite thing to do. Out of everything I do, like producing music is my favorite thing. Like I love it. Like I could do that all day and not like if I didn't have to work, that's what I would do all day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care, you know. But it's I guess it's just a byproduct. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a byproduct of just enjoying what you do, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And
Not
I
thinking
love
about
also that we talked about manifestation because I really believe in that. Like, just,
Mhm.
you know, manifesting your dreams and
Speaking.
speaking it into existence.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I understood.
But
I
yeah.
finished your thought.
But yeah, speaking into existence, it's a real thing. It
Yeah.
really is. It's some people like trip on it, but it's like, I mean, it's somebody once told me, I don't think I've ever like mentioned it to this person, but they were like, have you ever, this was before manifesting and like all that was like a thing.
Yeah.
They were like, have you ever seen yourself there? And I'm like, no, like I've never even thought of it.
Yeah.
You know, like have you ever seen yourself like, for example, in a so she used to be in a band with me, so she was like, I see myself in a stadium full of people. Like I see that all the time in my head. You know, I was like, interesting. Like
visualizing your dreams.
Visualizing
like they're
it.
real, I guess.
And then taking it further to even like you know how you feel in that moment. You know like what the like for example the trophy is gonna weigh. Like how much it's gonna weigh. Like who's around you, what it smells like, what you're looking at, how it feels, you know. And it's crazy because like being up there, I've seen that before.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's and when I got to pick it up for like the photo, I felt it before, so it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, in your mind at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And I had already been there.
Yeah.
And it's weird, like
your dreams or your thoughts.
yeah, and just my thoughts, because I never really dreamt about it, but it just in my thoughts, you know. I guess I don't know, like I can honestly say that like it felt familiar. I guess I can say that it felt familiar. So whatever that is, you know. Yeah.
That's
I love
something.
this. Yeah.
No, but thank
So
you.
did you get to bring one home?
Yeah, well, so it takes like 6 months. So yeah, they sent us a
It's like a Rolex.
yeah, they sent us
a
like a message like, hey guys, this is what to expect. It takes about 6 months. And so like, cause we get to order their certificates, and then like the trophy, cause they customize it to what your role is, like your name, your role, whatever you did, and that they have to like do it for everybody, I guess.
How exciting.
Do you get
one
one
again.
per, like, can you request more than, like, cause what if you want one and then you work with a partner, can they get one too, or you get one Grammy, that's it?
No, so
The
for
artist
example,
gets one.
the artist gets their
Okay.
Grammy. Like, so for example, like the band, each person in the band gets theirs.
Okay, nice.
For the band, and then like the engineers, each engineer gets
Okay.
theirs, and then like producer, there's different roles
Uh-huh.
that'll producers, like you'll get yours, you know. So like there's different roles that'll get you the actual trophy.
Got it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, so
So do you have a special place for yours?
you know, I was actually thinking about it the other day, because somebody asked me like in another interview, like, where are you gonna put it? And I was like, you know, probably at my house, because it probably, I don't know, like I just at my office downtown, like I'm not always there, and not a lot of people, you know, get to go.
Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, I won't really, not that I need to see it, but it's just, I don't know, like I don't want it.
Appreciate it. Yes.
Oh, I just don't want it to-
It's more like,
Well, I just don't want it to get like lost somehow. You know what I'm saying? And that could happen. So I think the house is the safest place.
Yes.
You know.
that makes sense.
But I do want people to like, I would love to have it at Soundstage for people to like
That would be
see
awesome.
what it looks like in real life, you know. But it would have to be like in a like box, like under a lock or something, you know.
Yeah.
So Soundstage, you have 2 locations?
You have two locations, east and west, east side and west side.
Oh, I didn't know there was an east side one.
Yeah, we're on
That's the
Pelicano.
original one.
That's the OG.
Because we've been to the one on the west
On
side.
the west
I've been
side.
on the west like a few times, but I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's that's the OG.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, we're gonna.
So
have to
where would it go if
visit.
it was
Yeah.
at Soundstage? OG?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
okay.
No, yeah, the east side for sure. Like
East is a place, guys.
Yeah.
We're East Siders.
Yeah.
I'm an East Sider.
well, it's cause like it's shifted. I feel like
Oh yeah, it is.
yeah, like everything has moved this way. You know, like because I have a location on the west side, but it's not. It's not as busy out there. You know?
Yeah.
So
we're on the east too.
yeah, you guys are like right. You guys are right in the middle. You guys are perfect. Like
yeah, we were like
where
middle,
everybody's at.
really central.
yeah, it's
Well,
super
this is
cool.
the new central, I guess.
Yeah,
They're central, but I feel like this is central.
this is more. Yeah, because we keep growing.
Like you said,
east.
it's shifted. Yeah.
Yeah, we keep growing east.
so much.
Like big time. Yeah.
Thank
We're
you so
almost
much
there.
for making time for us on your
No.
busy
Thank
schedule.
you.
Thank
Like,
you guys for having. You
so
guys are busy too,
much.
like super busy. So
Thank God. Yes.
it's just crazy that we're able to like sit down and talk.
Yes.
Cause I know you guys are. I know you guys are busy.
Instead of chismecito time, we should call it after hours chismecito time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we always have to
After hours
finish.
edition.
Yes, after hours edition. Like we always have to wait until like we're completely done because
Well-
our days are crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna ask. Like, so what is what would you rate this podcast? Like, if you were to rate it like PG, a PG-13.
This was totally PG.
This one was PG.
Yes.
This episode was.
This
Yeah, this
Last
episode.
week's episode was.
Last week's episode
Rated
was
R.
rated R.
Rated R or like M? What is it? M17?
Mature.
Mature.
M for mature.
M for mature.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes, M for mature. That's a good one. Because it was an R. It was an R.
yeah. Well, because it's after hours. Like it only makes sense that it's like at least
Adult
R.
content.
You know, like
We're still learning what's acceptable and what's not in here.
you're still waiting to see what like people say.
We
Oh,
do.
that's
I'm
funny.
sure there is people. I mean, we still have questions, but I know we're running out of time.
Yes.
And so, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. We'll reach out and reply.
Okay.
Yes.
But anything else that you have?
No, just I'm grateful for you guys having me. I'm grateful for anybody that's supported me and like throughout the years, like just in any way, shape or form, because like, you know, I've been all over the place. I've done a lot of different things. So like, you know, I've had all kinds of different jobs and people used to like give me a break, like to be able to go do something with music or whatever. So anybody who supported me or everybody, and then El Paso just for like showing me so much love and you know, I'm just very grateful. Like I just want everybody to know that I'm grateful. Like I don't take it for granted, and right now, you know, we get to celebrate this, and hopefully, and tomorrow we'll celebrate somebody else, and then it's just we all want like I just want El Paso to win. You know what I mean? So it's cool that like maybe today's my day, but tomorrow is yours, and then the following is yours, and then as long as we have a lot of like celebrating to do, I think that's cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but you're a hustler for sure.
Yeah,
We love it.
I've been hustling since I was a kid,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I think we
we're
have
all-
that in common. We all have that in common. I
Like
have to
literally,
say, yeah.
I do want to like point out that like you guys Giselle and Yvonne, like some of the hardest working people I've met in my life. Like it's crazy. Like, and I think everybody who knows them know that for sure.
Yeah.
So I think that's why like it's like a cool vibe, you know, like we kind of like
Yes.
understand.
Yes, we
It's-
get each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. Like it's lonely sometimes. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like sometimes people think like you're kind of crazy because you work so much, or
Yes.
like no, you work too much. Like you need to chill. And it's just like,
It's true.
Yeah.
and it's just like honestly, like I wish. I don't know if you guys feel this way, but I wish I could like make the choice not to.
Right.
But it's like sometimes it's like you
It's
don't
in
really.
you.
It's in you. Like you don't choose it.
Right.
It kind of chose you.
Chose you.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I get a lot from people sometimes is like, hey, you need to slow down. You're gonna burn yourself out.
Mhm.
I get that a lot,
Mhm.
and I think that it's just in us. You know, I've said it before. Like, there is nobody I know with like, you know, stronger work ethic than Yvonne.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from me,
Yeah.
Like,
You
such
do.
a hard worker.
Every time, just all this. Yes, of course. Yes. What do you need? What do you need me to do? Like, I love that
Like,
about you.
Yeah, we're always on it. There's always work. And me too. Like, there's been times where I think, like, back to the pandemic, during that time where we're forced to be home, I was going crazy, like, and a lot of people were, you know, and it was tough for everybody, but I just,
we
I
worked all our
I want to
lives.
work.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, it just shows, you know. I feel
hard
like
work pays off. It
it
always
does. It always does. Like, it'll
I
never
see it
fail you.
here.
Right.
Like, hard work will never fail you. Even if it feels like you're going like seasons with like nothing happening,
Yeah.
it'll compound, man. Like, it'll just boom. Like,
Yeah.
there it is. There's all your work.
Yeah.
Right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, it doesn't. You don't get cheated out of hard work.
Right.
You never do.
I love
Like,
that.
so yeah, don't listen to TikTok or Instagram. Or just kidding. Nah, but yeah, no, work hard, man.
ChatGPT,
Chat GPT now, like whatever else there is. No, but you guys are definitely like that, you know, and I know people know. They see it
Thank you.
for sure. Yeah.
Yay.
Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to you guys
Here
too
with us.
with the podcast with this beautiful spot. Like it's beautiful. It's amazing. So.
You had a
Congratulations.
tour before. You
Yeah.
were
Oh, yeah,
always busy
we were on tour.
working.
I was
Yeah.
still injecting.
No, yeah, it's beautiful. Like it's
Yay.
super like the aesthetics and just yeah.
I feel like we even like just talking back there. I'm like, no, let's save this for the podcast.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we were catching up. We're like, no,
Yeah.
we need to save this. Like the conversation was so
It was
good. Even
fun.
just, I feel like because we haven't seen each other in a little bit, we're like talking. We're like, no,
Catching up.
Just catching up. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
And
save
thank
this for
you.
the podcast. Yeah.
Absolutely, thank you,
Yeah.
because I know he's
Mm.
we talked about it a little
Yeah.
bit when we touch base to set up this meeting. And I'm like, I know you're overwhelmed with
Mhm.
meetings right now, and I'm sure everybody wants to interview you, and so really, really, truly thank you for being here with us.
I
and your
mean,
time.
I'm happy to just hang out, you know. So I'm happy you guys invited me and
To
stuff.
say
yeah.
this has been your favorite interview.
My favorite
since you got
interview.
back.
By
We're
far.
about to go take some shots.
But-
No, just kidding. We're about to go take some shots.
It's starting to like shift from PG to PG-13 territory.
After hours.
Yeah.
After hours. Wait, Roger Argenis.
Oh man, that's
Grammy,
funny.
bring that Grammy over.
Bring that Grammy.
We have a place, right? We have a place
Oh, you guys
for
can
it.
store it there. Like you like hold it for like a week. Yeah. Just pass it around.
See,
you know,
can we
different-
rent it for a
Rent
month?
it.
I know.
There
Yeah.
you go. That's a business mentality right
I
there.
know.
Money making idea.
Yes.
Rent out your
Thank-
Grammy.
Oh my god.
Thank you
I
guys.
love it.
We're gonna have more guests. If you want to be a guest, you can also send us a DM and we could like.
Interview you.
Yes.
They'll interview you. They'll message you for sure.
We'll give you a
Inside
little
joke.
drink. We'll prepare a little drink.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Thank you,
Awesome.
guys.
guys. We love you and thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.